about the detours. And overnight, another drop. We kept a close eye on international markets as they reacted to the Dow's plunge yesterday. We've got the latest. Plus, going back to work only to be laid off again. That's what's happening to Cleveland teachers as they get ready for class. We're live to tell you why some will have a short stay. But we're going to begin with your forecast, and a very important one this morning as we are tracking severe storms. Meteorologist Christine Ferreira is here to give us the latest. Christine?
Well, the storms are slowly moving east out of our easternmost counties, but we still have some problems, especially with large hail. Let me show you right now the Power of 5 Doppler radar network. If you live east of I-77, you've been seeing some stormy weather for much of the morning. Although the storms are slowly moving into Pennsylvania, we still have counties under severe thunderstorm warnings. A new warning has just been issued for southern Portage County, portions of southern Trumbull County, and then into the Youngstown area. So we will continue to watch this particular cell, which has the history of producing golf ball size to quarter-sized hail, and it's falling out of the storm for minutes, about 10 to 15, maybe even up to 20 minutes. We've had reports of hail coming out of this storm, traveling right over the turnpike there. So if you are taking the turnpike, be prepared for some possible flooding there on the roads and definitely heavy rain. We also have some cells moving through southern Ashtabula County, although that severe thunderstorm warning has now been dropped. Right now for today, we'll get you up to a high of 84, generally mostly sunny with isolated evening thunderstorms. Curtis.
Christine, thank you. New from overnight, a fire ripped through the E&A Locksmith building on Lorraine Avenue and West 105th Street in Cleveland. The fire was so intense that the roof caved in. It started just after 2 this morning, and it appears it began in one of the garage bays near the back of the business and spread through the building. Thick smoke poured from the building for nearly an hour. Now to a story that could affect a lot of people this weekend. Tonight, ODOT is going to shut down a large portion of I-77. News Channel 5's Mario Liu joins me now with the details. And Mari, this comes during a very busy weekend. We got the Browns game tonight and a few other events happening around the area as well.
Curtis, talk about timing. The Browns have a preseason game at 7:30 tonight. At the same time, ODOT will begin this huge project. So if you use 77 North, you want to make sure that you leave early enough to get to the game on time. Now here's the plan. 77 North between 480 and 490 will be affected. ODOT will repave the 5-mile stretch of road in just 27 hours. Now this is the section of 77 North through Cuyahoga Heights, Newburgh Heights, and Cleveland. Crews hope to reopen the road by 10 o'clock tomorrow. Now drivers will be detoured via I-480 westbound to State Route 176 northbound to I-490 eastbound in order to access I-77. In the coming weeks, crews will repave 77 southbound as well. Let's go ahead and check out some of this morning's traffic conditions right now. We do know that McKinley is clear all the way to the Interbelt and no traffic on Route 82 to Cedar Road in Pepper Pike. Now I am making calls, Curtis, to some of the areas that Christine mentioned is having those heavy storms. I'll be calling the Turnpike, making calls to police in Hiram to make sure there's no flooding on the roads and people out there are safe. I'll have that coming up in about 10 minutes or so.
Okay, what a mess on 77, huh? All right, thanks, Mari. Now to stories developing overnight. We begin in Japan. Another earthquake rocked that weary nation. The 6.8 magnitude quake struck off the coast, but it shook buildings and sent people running for cover. The quake was centered just south of the area where the 9.0 quake struck back in March. A tsunami warning was issued overnight, but it was lifted at around 2:30 a.m. And Asian stocks opened sharply lower overnight. Traders are worried about the possibility of a recession here in the U.S., as well as the health of Europe's banks. The Dow dropped 419 points during trading yesterday. Ahead at 6:30, we're going to take you to the floor of the NASDAQ for reaction to these developments. Well, summer vacation is over today for Cleveland school teachers. They'll return to the classroom this morning to prepare for the start of school next week. But for some of them, it's going to be a very short year. That's because more than 300 or so of these teachers are actually going to get layoff notices today. News Channel 5's Justin Michaels is in the newsroom with the latest on this one. Justin?
Hey there, Curtis. I'll tell you what, those teachers, they just got, last week, many of them were called back to work from a previous layoff, you might recall. But last night, the Cleveland School Board, they passed a resolution to send 30-day notices back to those teachers, 350 of them this time. CEO Eric Gordon says the district issued the recalls to ensure an orderly start to this coming school year. However, enrollment is down this year, and the school district wants to make sure it has a balanced budget for next year. Meanwhile, Cleveland schools dropped from continuous improvement to academic watch on the state's report card, and this does come even though the district made record progress. New for Good Morning Cleveland, Gordon explained just what went wrong.
Last year, the district had earned a rating called Value Added, which is about how students grow in our classrooms, and we earned what is called the Above rating. What that rating does is give the district extra credit and raises their rating, just like you would get extra credit in a classroom. This year, unfortunately, we did not get that extra credit.
And despite the drop in the state's rating, Cleveland schools made record gains on state tests and in graduation rates, which now stand at a record 62.8%. Now, the teachers' union and the administration differ over what these layoffs will mean to class sizes. Now, here's what the union says. They expect a ratio of 50 or 60 to 1 in many grades. Reporting in the newsroom for you today live, I'm Justin Michaels. Curtis, back into you.
Justin, thank you. A back-to-school rally will be held today for CMSD students living in the Central Promise neighborhood. The rally is today from 2 until 6. It will give students information and resources to get them ready for the year. Students will also receive free school uniform vouchers and free haircuts, as well as free school supplies and food. The rally takes place at East Tech High School on East 55th. Now to news that has some people in Lorain County on alert this morning. Thieves are breaking into homes while the residents inside are sleeping. It's happening in Amherst, and police there say there have been a number of break-ins over the past week. 2 of them happened just yesterday morning. So far, people between North Lake Street and Lincoln Street, as well as Martin Street and State Route 2, have been targeted. The thieves get into the homes through the unlocked doors and have taken jewelry, cash, and small electronics. Well, also new this morning, police are investigating what could be a shooting spree in Lorain. Police say 3 shootings happened within 2 hours in the Lorain area earlier this week. A home on West 11th was hit with 13 bullets. Another one on Brownwell Avenue was shot 8 times, and Larry Edwards Sr. was hit in the arm. Edwards says he walked outside to ask the 2 men to turn down the music in their truck, and that's when all the shooting started.
I went over this way. I running like this, ducking, weaving, ducking. I come over here by the tree, right here, and I laid down. I laid down something like this to keep the bullets from hitting me.
Police are trying to determine if the shootings are connected or if anyone else is involved. New this morning, Governor Kasich will get some national attention. He will give the Republican National Address tomorrow. Governor Kasich plans to discuss how his administration handled Ohio's budget shortfall. Speaker of the House John Boehner announced the selection and said Washington could learn a thing or two from what's going on in Ohio. The governor is the spotlight this morning as well. Ahead at 6:45, we're live with details as he waits to see if the unions will show up to a meeting over the state's collective bargaining law. And new this morning, kicking up the dust. Details of the damage as yet another storm blankets Phoenix. Plus, you won't have to go far to get an up-close and personal look at dinosaurs. Overnight, Cedar Point announced plans for a new attraction. But first, ABC's Diane Alvear tells us about the big changes in the smartphone world.
In today's Tech Bites, Hewlett-Packard is restructuring. HP will no longer produce smartphones or tablets and may get out of the personal computer business as well. Instead, it plans to focus on software development. Several new BlackBerries will go on sale this weekend with a new operating system, BlackBerry 7. USA Today's Ed Baig thinks users will be pleased with the upgrades, but doesn't expect it to be a game changer.
What I don't expect is BlackBerry 7 to attract a lot of folks who are not BlackBerry loyalists, the folks who are buying iPhones and Android devices. There's not enough here to pull defectors from those camps into the RIM camp.
But maybe a music service is. Research in Motion is reportedly in talks with several major record labels about developing a music service for its customers. It would integrate with the BlackBerry Messenger service and help RIM compete better with Apple and Google. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Diane Alvear.
Hi, I brought champagne. Wow, best in the world. Some chocolates. Swiss. Oh, the best in the world.
Oikos, Greek yogurt from Dannon.
Really?
Wait until you try it. So creamy thick and fresh tasting, Dannon Oikos berry flavors beat Chobani 2-1 in a national taste test.
This may be the best in the world.
Oikos Greek yogurt, possibly the best yogurt in the world.
Welcome back, jogging stroller. You've been stuck in the garage while my sneezing and my itchy eyes took refuge from the dust in here and the pollen outside. But with 24-hour Zyrtec, I get prescription-strength relief from my worst allergy symptoms. It's the brand allergists recommend most. Lily and I are back on the road again, where we belong. With Zyrtec, I can love the air.
We have new video into our newsroom. Power crews working through the night after another huge dust storm blew through Phoenix, Arizona. You can see the wall of dust and how it covers slowly parts of the city. It knocked out power and damaged trees and homes around the area. This is at least the third such storm to hit Arizona this year. Well, Christine, as you have predicted, we had storms of a different kind in our area here last night, and you're tracking a few more this morning.
We are. We did have several severe thunderstorm warnings that just expired at 6 o'clock. Now some new ones in effect for areas well south and east of Cleveland. Let's take a look. If you live east of I-77, you've been seeing the storms this morning, especially through Geauga, Trumbull, Ashtabula, and Portage counties. Our red box that you see on the screen there, that is a flash flood warning still in effect for southern Geauga County. 2 to 3 inches of rain has fallen in that area this morning. Watch out for some urban flooding. We also have this very heavy cell moving out of Portage County into Trumbull County right now. It was producing a golf ball to quarter-size hail. Right now that hail spike has disappeared, but between Wyndham Road there and Smalley Road, that's where we have the heaviest rain. The storm is moving toward Newton Falls. Let's go over to Marielle Luna, who has been tracking the rain with me this morning. Good morning.
Christine, good morning. I've been making phone calls, and right now the good news is that flooding has not caused any problems on the roadway, but I'll continue making calls as more people leave for work a little later on this morning. Live look outside right now, I-77 and the Valley View Bridge. You see traffic moving along in this area just fine. No rain over here, no problems to report. That's your 5 on your side traffic.
Helping to fight hunger. Ahead in this half hour, find out how some of Ohio's college students raised $17,000 to help feed people in Africa. Plus, more explosions on the streets of Cleveland, but don't worry, this one wasn't real. Ahead, we're going to show you all of the latest action on the set of The Avengers. And a family's heartbreak. Days after a man admits he killed his wife of nearly 7 decades, the family tells of their anguish. Northeast Ohioans affected by flooding this summer may be eligible for some relief from the state. The state treasurer's Renew and Rebuild Ohio program set aside $25 million to help homeowners, businesses, and farmers whose property was damaged by severe storms. For more information about how to apply, call the treasurer's office at 1-800-228-1102 or log on to newsnet5.com for a link to the agency's website. Well, a lot of storms last night as well. Many of us hoping that the weekend won't be a washout, especially those heading down to, or up to Michigan rather, for the NASCAR races that are happening this week.
Exactly. Michigan International Speedway looking great on Saturday. Beautiful weather. We'll have mostly sunny skies then with high temperatures in the 80s. For Sunday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, but those of you in Michigan this weekend looking very nice. All in all, a mostly dry weekend. Onto the Power of 5 Doppler radar network. We have not been dry in many areas east of Cleveland this morning. Heavy thunderstorms have been coming down, and they also include severe thunderstorms with hail, damaging wind gusts, and very heavy rain. Right now, the red box that you see on your screen, that is a flash flood warning in effect for southern Geauga County. That goes until 8 this morning. You've had 2 to 3 inches of rain in that area. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of southern Portage County, Trumbull County, and now Mahoning County as this severe cell slowly moves to the southeast. Right now, the heaviest rain over Newton Falls. This storm has the history of producing golf ball to quarter-size hail and very heavy rain. Lordstown, you will likely be impacted next. Palmyra just getting the edge of it there as it moves slowly east into Trumbull County. Cortland to Nutwood to Kinsman, just seeing a little bit of light rain. Heavier cell moving south of Jefferson there, just about to approach Leon in Ashtabula County. Let's take a look at our weather maps for today. We're starting out in Canton, where you haven't seen much action at all. It's been fairly quiet. Probably got a good night's rest there in Canton last night. 68 degrees is your current temperature. 64 degrees is the dew point, so very sticky still with a southerly wind. Our other temperatures include 72 degrees in downtown Cleveland, one of our warmest spots. Ashland looking good. You've been quiet all morning, 66 degrees. And Chardon, you've had some storms. You are also in the 60s. Lake Erie boating forecast for today includes calm conditions despite those morning thunderstorms. Waves will be 2 feet or less with light and variable winds. Satellite and radar picture. The cold front that we are tracking is sitting right on top of us this morning. It is an extremely slow mover, so it will hang out in southeastern Ohio throughout the afternoon. That will provide the focus for more showers and thunderstorms for us, although most of them will be missing out on our area. Let's take a look. Here's the precipcast through the afternoon. You can see at noon here, there may be a storm just clipping Ashtabula County. As we go into the afternoon hours, fairly dry, a couple of thunderstorms near the Pennsylvania line. And then this evening, showers and thunderstorms want to fire up right along that stalled cold front. Akron, you might see a couple of isolated thunderstorms also possible toward Mansfield and Canton, so we'll be watching that closely. Otherwise, very nice weather as we head into Saturday. Today's high, 84 degrees, mostly sunny, late day isolated thunderstorms after those morning storms quiet down. Tonight, we'll go with partly cloudy skies, 60 for the overnight low, feeling a little bit better with slightly lower humidity. The Power of 5 extended forecast gets you up to 84 on Saturday. Sunday, there will still be some scattered showers and storms throughout the day as another stronger front comes through, dropping us to 79 Monday. Today's UV index, mostly sunny, so we'll give you a UV index of 8. Over to Marielle Lunau tracking the traffic and the rain this morning.
Christine, good morning. I did just get off the phone with police in Geauga, asked them about the flooding that you mentioned. They said right now it has not caused any problems on the road, but do be careful as you drive out of that area this morning. Okay, a live look outside right now, I-71 and 480. You see traffic here just zipping along smoothly, no problems to report. Police have not reported any accidents or slowdowns. And that's your 5 on your side traffic.
New this morning, we caught up with another movie that's filming in Northeast Ohio. Beautiful Garden, shot on Detroit Avenue in Lakewood overnight. It's a feature film being directed by Chris Peplin, a Cleveland native. Northeast Ohio is the place to be this summer if you're making a movie, it seems. Beautiful Garden is the 4th film to be made here so far. Fun Size was also all over the area last month, and now stars from I, Alex Cross are being spotted in Cleveland. Overnight crews for that movie were caught outside of the Cleveland Safety Center on Payne Avenue. Earlier this week, the film shot in Cleveland's Warehouse District. The thriller stars Tyler Perry. He plays a younger version of the character made famous by Morgan Freeman in the previous Alex Cross films. Filming for this movie is expected to last for the next several weeks. And the other movie filming in Northeast Ohio is making magic and a lot of noise. Take a listen. Filming for The Avengers continues in just a little bit. Yesterday, production crews blew up a fake Acura dealership along East 9th. It's just the latest destruction in the first week of shooting, and the scene left some watchers thrilled.
We're just really excited about the movie, and having it filmed in Cleveland is just amazing.
Filming continues through the end of the month. Keep in mind, The Avengers is closing roads in the city and some public transportation is affected. The RTA has had to reroute several public transportation lines to accommodate the filming. Well, overnight, the world's markets dropped the day after the Dow lost 419 points. Ahead at 6:30, we're going to go live to the NASDAQ to explain what all of this means for you. And how would you like to get up close and personal with a T-Rex? Well, you might only have to go to Cedar Point to do it. We'll tell you about the theme park's new plans. And new this morning, going back to school just got more expensive, but stores hope you don't notice. Say good morning to our buddy of the day from Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital. This is 7-year-old Lizzie, who wants to say hi to her friends at McKinley Elementary in Fairport Harbor. She says she looks forward to starting the new school year. Lizzie, thank you so much for being our buddy of the day, and what a beautiful smile. Well, new this morning, get ready for some dinosaurs to invade our area. Just a few hours ago, Cedar Point announced its plans for next summer. The theme park will create Dinosaurs Alive and will add a new complex to Soak City. Dinosaurs Alive will cover 4 acres towards the back of the park. Visitors will be able to get up close and personal with about 3 dozen dinosaurs, some of which will stand 40 feet tall. If you're heading out to Cedar Point today, that all-important Sandusky forecast is for you right now.
Absolutely. 84 degrees, the high temperature today. Mostly sunny, warm, even a little on the sticky side. That northerly wind will help to alleviate humidity as we head into the afternoon. Let's take a look at the Power of 5 Sandusky. You are clear this morning, but east of I-77, we've had some severe weather. Right now, a severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for southern Portage County, Trumbull County, and Mahoning County. Curtis.
Christine, thank you. New this morning, some Ohio college students are coming together to raise money for the victims of Africa's famine. So far, the group has raised $17,000. And get this, they did it by going door to door. The students are all from Somalia and said they had to do something after seeing how badly the children there are suffering. Well, coming up at 6:30, a possible motive. Hear why police say an American missing in Aruba may have disappeared. Plus, first down, then up, and now down again. The market roller coaster continues. So what does this mean for your pocketbook? We're live at 6:30. And the president under fire. Should he take a vacation in the middle of the economic crisis? The debate ahead.
Hey, how are you? Sure. You ready? Yeah, mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check, check. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, just as long as we're out by 34, we'll be fine. Or 30, yeah, 33 something, yeah.
The news continues right now on News Channel 5 on your side.
Here are your top stories now at 6:30. In just about 13 hours, this road will shut down completely. ODOT plans to repave a 5-mile stretch of I-77 North today and tomorrow. Plus, some Cleveland public school teachers are heading back to class today, only to be laid off again. Last night, the school board voted to lay off about 350 teachers who were recently recalled. And this was the scene last night as a violent storm swept through northeast Ohio, which all begs the question, how are things shaping up today? We have been tracking some storms. I should say Christine has been tracking the storms and the possibility of some flooding, and she's going to bring us up to date.
Exactly. It has been a busy morning, especially if you live east of I-77. That's where the focus of storms has been so far today. Let's take a look at the Power of 5, and we are still tracking a severe thunderstorm warning for Portage County, although the danger has mostly moved out of your area. Trumbull County, especially the southern part of your viewing area there, and also Mahoning County. Those are the areas where we do still have a severe thunderstorm. Let's take a look into this cell that has moved off to the east very slowly today. We continue to see the potential of some hail falling out of the storm right now from Newton Falls, where I just got a report of quarter-sized hail down toward North Jackson and definitely Lordstown. If you're taking the turnpike, you're really bearing the brunt of this. Seeing all of that heavy rain, visibility is reduced a lot in that cell. We also have some very light rain falling in the eastern portions of Trumbull County and a little cell between Pierpont and Leon and Andover as well in Ashtabula County that will continue to move off to the east. Here's the day planner for this morning. 68 degrees the morning temp with storms off to the east. This afternoon, mostly sunny, 79, and then this evening, isolated showers and storms south. Mario.
Did get off the phone with the Lorain County Sheriff's Department. They say there are reports of fog there, very low visibility in that area. So if you're leaving that area, make sure you plan a little extra time and drive very, very slowly. Also, police in Newton Falls right now say very heavy rain in that area as well with reduced visibility. Okay, let's take a live look outside right now. I-77 and 480. You see just a little fog in that area. Drive slow on your way into work. That's your 5 on your side traffic.
Following a developing story that's affecting everyone around the world, the markets overnight, markets around the world slid again amid new fears about the U.S. economy. Yesterday, the Dow dropped 419 points. So what does this all mean? Carter Evans is live at the NASDAQ. And Carter, should we be worried? No, overnight we did not see very good activity, especially in Asia.
Well, I guess should I start with the good news or the bad news?
Good news, always.
Well, the good news is it's Friday. And you know, I say it kind of lightheartedly, but it is true. Maybe cooler heads can prevail with the weekend to kind of sit back and digest everything that's going on. In the meantime, though, here are the closing numbers yesterday. You're right, the Dow closing 419 points lower. That's a 3.7% loss. The NASDAQ lost 5.2% yesterday. Tech stocks got hammered. The S&P 500 down 4.4%. Okay, so what happened yesterday? I mean, fundamentally, for most companies, nothing really changed. What happened was we just got a couple of disappointing reports. They weren't really that much of a surprise. Inflation is on the rise. More people are filing for unemployment benefits. Not a big surprise, but also Morgan Stanley says we're dangerously close to a recession both here in the U.S. and in Europe. And that's what really kind of spurred things off. Also a weak manufacturing report. So here's how things are shaping up today. This is the CNNMoney.com pre-market page. The Dow currently down 167 points in the pre-market. The NASDAQ off 28. The S&P 500 down 19. A quick look in Europe, FTSE 100 in London down 2.5% right now. The DAX in Germany down 3.5%. The DAX fell almost 6% yesterday, so it is another indicator that it looks like we're headed for more lower numbers today. Curtis?
All right, TGIF. Thanks, Carter. Well, this comes as President Obama continues his vacation. He landed in Martha's Vineyard and met with some supporters last night.
You know, I don't usually hang out with Red Sox fans.
The Obamas will be away from the White House for the next 10 days. The move has sparked criticism from Republicans, but White House Press Secretary Jay Carney says this about it all.
There's no such thing as a presidential vacation. The presidency travels with you. He will be in constant communication and get regular briefings from his national security team as well as his economic team. And he will, of course, be fully capable, if necessary, of traveling back if that were required.
Before the president left for Washington, he sent out proposals to federal agencies. He wants them to cut as much as 10% from their budgets. You can see continuing coverage of both of these big stories on Good Morning America. They will be live from the trading floor of the New York Stock Exchange, which, of course, opens at 9 a.m. And they will also talk about the president's response. We'll let you know how things pan out tonight as well on Live on 5. Well, this was one of the top stories on our website overnight. An elderly Copley Township man will likely spend the rest of his life in prison for murdering his wife. Now, as he speaks from behind bars, his family members are sending an important message.
The last 3 words she said to me after I shot her honey, I love you. I love you.
Earlier this week, 86-year-old Glenn Burbridge spoke exclusively to News Channel 5 from the Summit County Jail. Burbridge admits he killed his 83-year-old wife Alice after she repeatedly accused him of having affairs. Police say she may have been in the beginning stages of Alzheimer's disease. Yesterday, Burbridge's granddaughter watched his jailhouse interview. She said she hopes couples at any age can learn from this family tragedy.
I would hope people would take from this when stuff's like this going on, and obviously he was feeling like it was out of his control anymore, to seek help.
Burbridge was given the mandatory sentence of 15 years to life in prison. We're following several developing stories, including a possible motive behind the disappearance of an American woman in Aruba. And they were convicted of killing 3 young boys back in the 90s. Ahead, we'll tell you why the so-called West Memphis 3 may get out of prison. Plus, this story is gaining steam online, a brawl on the basketball court involving a high-profile college team. All these stories and your Power 5 forecast, as well as your 5 on your side traffic. Back in a moment.
What'd you say? Yes, Marcia.
She called you Jason. I said, no.
Hi everyone, 6:39 is the time right now. On the Power of 5 Doppler radar network, I have some updates for you. The flash flood warning that was in effect for southern Geauga County, that has now been canceled. So all the small streams and creeks, urban flooding that was going on, that has all now receded. We do have some foggy problems in Lorain County, some fog being reported there from the Lorain County Airport with 3/4 mile visibility. Over Newton Falls, the rain has now moved southeast of you. It is right over I-76 State Highway 45, moving right into the heart of Mahoning County. Let's go over to Marielle Liu now. You've been tracking our rain for today. How is it looking out there?
Christine, good morning. Rain hasn't caused too much of a problem so far, but we are starting to get some reports of slowdowns this morning. Live right now, I-77 and 480. More cars are on the road this time of day, so expect for that to happen. I-71 is where my traffic monitors are saying that you might run into a problem if we have I-71 and 480. Things looking good there right now, but 71 northbound at the Innerbelt reports that things are slowing down significantly right about now, and that's your 5 on your side traffic.
We are following two developing stories right now. A group known as the West Memphis Three may be released from prison today. The men were convicted of killing 3 Arkansas boys in 1994, but they say DNA evidence clears them and a tentative deal with prosecutors could get them a new trial. One victim's father isn't happy about it.
They said that a deal has been made or is about to be made for 2 of the animals that killed my son would probably be released tomorrow. I don't know what kind of deal they worked up. I mean, now you can get some movie stars and a little bit of money behind you, and you can walk free from killing somebody.
Defense attorneys, along with celebrities and legal experts, have maintained the men were wrongly convicted. And Aruban authorities may now have a motive behind an American woman's disappearance. A $1.5 million travel insurance policy names Robin Gardner's traveling companion, Gary Giordano, as a beneficiary. There are reports that Giordano called about collecting on the policy 2 days after reporting Gardner missing. He claims the two went snorkeling and she was swept out to sea. We'll be right back with 5 things to know, including a huge gathering of young Catholics in Spain. And will they or won't they? We're waiting to see if the state's unions will show up for a meeting with the governor. Plus, the Indians start a key weekend series with the Tigers. See the results of the game that ended overnight. Now to 5 things to know before you head out the door. Young Catholics from around the world are gathering in Madrid, Spain. They are joining Pope Benedict XVI for World Youth Day. Earlier today, he met Spain's royal family, and just a short time ago, the pontiff traveled to a monastery where he said the world has suffered amnesia about God in this secular world. Also today, Governor Kasich is waiting to find out if the unions will show up in Columbus. He invited them to discuss the state's controversial collective bargaining law. News Channel 5's Justin Michaels is live in the newsroom for us, well, actually live in downtown for us. And this meeting's set to take place at 10 o'clock, Justin. Anything on whether or not people are going to show?
Well, Curtis, that's the big question today. They're not sure exactly who, if anybody, will show up to that meeting. Union leaders believe Kasich set a no-compromise tone when he locked union members out of the State House during talks on the collective bargaining bill, which of course restricts collective bargaining rights for state employees. Now, union members gathered more than 1 million signatures to get a vote about this bill on this coming November ballot. And this reaction that you're going to hear right now is new for Good Morning Cleveland.
We were literally locked out of the State House, and our voices were not heard in the State House. However, our voices were heard on the 1.3 million people who signed the petition, and that is all walks of life. It is not a union issue, it is a people issue.
A group representing public unions called We Are Ohio says it will not show up in Columbus. Yesterday, though, members sent Governor Kasich a letter saying repeal that collective bargaining bill and then they'll talk. Now, the governor has said the bill will keep school systems and towns across Ohio from going bankrupt. We're going to continue to follow this one for you. We do have a crew in Columbus today, so look forward to more reporting on this on News Channel 5 and, of course, Newsnet5.com all day long. Reporting live for you in downtown Cleveland this morning, I'm Justin Michaels. Curtis, back into you.
Thanks, Justin. Part of I-77 northbound will close tonight. ODOT will shut down all of I-77 north between 480 and 490. ODOT will repave the 5-mile stretch of road in just 27 hours. Crews hope to reopen the road by 10 o'clock tomorrow night. If you have been thinking of adopting a feline friend, well, this is the time to do it. Dozens of cats and kittens at the Cleveland APL are looking for loving owners. This weekend, they're drastically reducing adoption rates. Today, you can get a cat for $5. On Saturday, they'll be $6, and on Sunday, $7. Kittens under 5 months are normally $95, but just cost $20 in the next couple of days. Well, the Browns and the Indians have a big weekend. The Tribe has a lot riding on its matchup with Detroit after last night's win over the Chicago White Sox.
Laporta sends a high drive, deep left center. Rios back on the track. He's out of room. It's out of here. His 11th home run.
Matt Laporta's 2-run homer gave the Indians a victory 4-2. They are now only a game and a half back of the Detroit Tigers. As for the Browns, they're going to take on the Detroit Lions at Brown Stadium at 7:30 tonight. Coach Pat Shermer said that fans can expect to see starters play more than one quarter against the Lions. So Detroit-Cleveland weekend going on.
And the weather tonight for the Browns, very nice.
All right.
Very nice. Dry, comfortable, a little on the humid side still, but temperatures will be around 80.
Wow.
Sounding good.
We'll see that in the fall.
All right. It's a little toasty tonight. Not really football weather. We do have some news for you for the Akron Zoo. What's going on there tonight?
Well, we have the kids, I guess, are going to be able to actually get a chance to do a little touring of the zoo, learn about the mammals there, and also some hands-on activities for them. And it's a big weekend for kids.
Absolutely.
The last weekend for many as
Before
they
they
get
go
ready
back
to
to
return to school.
Big
a lot of
week
depressed
next week.
young faces around our neighborhood at home, I'll tell you that.
Well, if you are heading out to the Akron Zoo, we have some real nice weather for you tonight, too. Only an isolated shower or thunderstorm there. Most of that activity should end by 7 or 8 o'clock. If you see any at all, 84 degrees, your temperature for the Akron Zoo this evening. Let's take a look at the Power of 5. We've been tracking some severe weather this morning, although most of that has moved out of our viewing area now, right on top of Youngstown. So if you live east of I-77, you certainly saw some stormy weather this morning. We continue to have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for southern Trumbull County and Mahoning County due to these storms here. Right over I-80, the Turnpike, I-76, State Highway 45, and State Highway 11. These storms have the history of producing large hail, golf ball to quarter-sized hail, and very heavy rain. The storms are slowly moving southeast toward Youngstown at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Let's take a look at at our weather maps this morning. Everybody else looking good except for Lorain County. We have some fog reports here. Getting some reports of 3/4 of a mile visibility there in Lorain County. That is fairly low, so please use caution if you hit the patchy dense fog. 66 right now in Elyria, 68 for Medina, 62 degrees though for Dover, and 72 in downtown Cleveland. So we are going to see very mild, kind of sticky, humid weather this morning, but for the afternoon we will be slowly working in some less humid air from the north behind a cold front. That cold front is still lingering over southeastern Ohio, so as it kind of sits still here today, dissipating over the area, it will provide a focus for more showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon and evening, but they should be isolated. Take a look. This is the newest computer model I just ran for you. It indicates at noon, south and east of Cleveland, there could be some pop-up isolated thunderstorms. By 3 o'clock, most of the activity is around Akron and then off to the east, and then later on tonight after 5, activity sinks south of Canton. So we will continue to monitor those storms for you. They will be producing brief heavy rain today should you see a thunderstorm. As we head into Saturday, great news. We removed the mention of thunderstorms from the forecast. Saturday is looking mostly sunny and dry. Today, 84 degrees for your top temperature. Plenty of sunshine after these morning clouds clear. There will be isolated thunderstorms this afternoon. Tonight, 60 for the overnight low, working in some cooler, drier air from the north. Saturday looks great. Sunday, the threat for scattered showers and thunderstorms returns as another cold front crosses. That front is stronger, knocking us to the upper 70s Monday. Today's UV index is high with the sunny skies expected. We are at an 8. Now over to Mario Lou tracking the traffic this morning.
Christine, good morning. I did speak with police in Lorain County. They did confirm that fog, very low visibility right now, but the good news is that they're not reporting any accidents because of the fog. So if you're getting ready to leave and you live in that area, please drive very slowly this morning. Okay, a live look outside right now, I-71 and 480. Not too much happening out there, but we are getting reports of a slowdown a little further up 71 near the inner belt. They say there is a slowdown heading towards downtown right now, and that's your 5 on your side traffic. Curtis.
Mario, thank you. Country duo Sugarland returned to the stage last night for their first performance since the deadly stage collapse in Indiana last weekend.
Is it the face of a child?
The group dedicated a song to the 5 victims of the Indiana State Fair tragedy. They were just moments from performing on Saturday night when wind gusts knocked the massive stage into the audience. The group plans a private memorial for the victims in the near future. Time now 6:52. We're back with the hidden cost of back-to-school shopping. This story trending online overnight. A brawl broke out in an exhibition basketball game in China. It was between Georgetown and a Chinese national team. The teams threw punches, chairs, water bottles. Man, Georgetown players left the court with about 9.5 minutes still left in the game. Warriors are in China on a 10-day goodwill trip. Their head coach said in an email that the team regretted the incident. Okay, a consumer alert to tell you about. Getting your kids ready to go to school will likely cost you more money, but retailers are trying to raise prices without tipping you off. Wall Street analysts call it consumer trickery. Some retailers are using less fabric for school clothing and calling it the new look, and others are adding cheap stitching and disguising it by saying it's a redesign. Retailers are raising prices on merchandise an average of 10% this fall. It's an effort to offset a 10 to 20% increase in production and labor costs expected in the second half of the year. This is not right. All right, some insomniacs got a chance to cure their problem overnight. The new Sleep Number store opened on Medina Road in Copley. The deal, the first 15 customers who came to shop in their PJs got a pillow free. We caught insomniacs in their PJs taking full advantage of the promotion. And that mattress looks good.
It does. I would have not left the store overnight. Our forecast for this morning includes some storms well off to the east now, most of them over Mahoning County. So if you are planning to travel in and around the Youngstown area, be prepared for very heavy rainfall, possibly some hail. For the afternoon, 79 degrees, generally mostly sunny. And then this evening, isolated thunderstorms south and east of Cleveland, even south of east of Akron, 84 degrees, your high temperature. Here's the extended forecast. Saturday is looking great. We get a cold front on Sunday, which will focus more rain on top of our area. Not expecting a repeat of last Sunday's weather, but still some scattered thunderstorms possible for the second half of the weekend. There's where you can check the forecast throughout the day. Let's go over to Mario Lu now for our latest traffic.
Christine's been telling you about fog in Lorain County. I did confirm that with police. Low visibility in that area, so do drive slowly if you're leaving from there this morning. Live look right now, I-77 and 480. You see traffic moving along just fine, but do expect delays as you head into downtown. And that's your 5 on your side traffic.
All right, that is going to do it for this week. We all made it.
Yes,
congratulations.
it's Friday.
This Friday. You're going to make it as well. News anytime at newsnet5.com. We'll see you back here in 25 minutes for more local news, weather, and traffic. GMA is up next. Have a great weekend, everybody.
The closed captioning of Good Morning Cleveland is sponsored by your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers.
Until our next newscast, stay connected through newsnet5.com, at home or on the go. News where you want it, how you want it, from News Channel 5, on your side.